Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. Just reading the Indiana trapping and hunting guidelines out here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest this morning. And, hunting season's kicking up here, especially now that it's getting colder. It's fall. Daylight savings time is gone. How a freaking hallelujah. I hate daylight savings time. And I don't know about you guys, but this morning I kind of felt, I don't know. I kind of felt like I got a little extra sleep today, although I don't think I really did. I still woke up at whatever time it was. So instead of 7, it was 6. But my body still felt the same. But man, I tell you what, just not having daylight savings time hanging over my head sure made me feel a lot better today. So, and we are out here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest. Fall has kicked in here in Indiana. The leaves, I tell you, I've been so busy at work this past summer that I kind of feel like I missed the summer. It blew right by me. And I did a couple things, Huntsville Ham Fest. So I drove down, I camped, I stayed down there for an entire week. But other than that, that was really all about all I did this summer. Obviously the spring trips to Orlando for hamcation and over to Xenia for hamvention were there also, but it kind of just seemed like there was boom, boom, boom. My kids are home for the summer, and it seemed like the summer break was there and gone. And now we're back out here. So I am out here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest today. I set up the camera. It's nice thing I got this camera is I can bounce it around and let the white balance set up. So this is what it looks like off the front of the Bronco today. That's what I'm looking at. And that's Cherry Lake, which is a dammed up creek ravine. So I'm not even sure how big the overall lake is, but it's definitely bigger than a pond, smaller than than what I really consider a lake, but it's a good fishing hole, or at least that's what the locals tell me. And let's see if we can't pan. So that's my view off the front of the Bronco this morning. So not bad. I tell you something that's not really standing out. I have to play with the color a little bit. It's not looking like what I think it should. There are some brighter colors out there. I don't know if you can see on the other side of the water. There's definitely some more bright colors down there. And the next county over, Brown County, we have a state park over there that is phenomenal. So I'm kind of in the beginnings of the hilly part of southern Indiana. Brown County is a little bit deeper into it. They're south and east of us, and very spectacular views over there. It actually is just outside of Nashville, Indiana, and not to be confused with a little smaller town down south called Nashville, Tennessee. But uh, definitely a beautiful thing. I know people flock over there this time of year to be able to check out the views, the leaves, the fall, the stuff. There's a whole tourist industry wrapped around that. So trying to get into the park right now is not hard. You can do it, most definitely, but there is a ton of people over there, more so than normal, um, and some spectacular views. You get up on some ridges, and next thing you know, you're overlooking a huge swath of valley and everything. So good stuff. Good stuff. So good morning, everybody. We are here. I see. That's just Joe 101 is in the chat. Let's see, I'm zipping through here. He says that he hopes that he's on my radio game this morning because we're going to get work. That's what we are here for. We are here to play some radio this morning. Good morning, Cooley. Cooley's a neighbor of mine, a couple counties over. So we'll hopefully be able to work Cooley this morning. At kind of the Invis. We're right in that middle between Invis and non-Invis. So sometimes we can work, sometimes we can't. We'll just see how it goes. Good morning, Eric. Eric's checking in. He says, you don't like extra daylight. You're crazy. You know, I don't mind the extra daylight, although I don't know. It's I grew up here in Indiana when we were on standard time, and one could argue that we should probably be in the central time zone. We are definitely on the far western edge of Eastern, and it's kind of weird. You know, the Chicago is the market over, the big market over from us here in Indiana, and they're on central time, so it seems weird to be out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and be pitch black, but hey, to each their own. And but speaking of that, I never had to deal with time change until I went to the Navy. Not like this, spring forward, fall back thing. We were on standard time. So when I went to the Navy, obviously boot camp at Great Lakes, but then I went to school for another year at Great Lakes and had to deal with the time change a couple times, and that was always a pain in the rear, especially when you had to do midnight to, well, was it traditionally in the Navy a watch from midnight to 4 if you were on duty. While we were in school, they did it midnight to 2 and then 2 to 4. They broke that up so you weren't an extended overnight, but you'd have to do that while you were in school. So yeah, I think I did that more than once. Whiskey 9 Foxtrot Hotel Charlie checking in. Good morning. Ham radio with KE0MAD. Good morning. Our friend Nightbot's checking in with us. Chris, Kilo Delta 9 Yankee Sierra Whiskey. Chris has got a YouTube channel too. Check it out. Bill, good morning. Says good morning, OM. I tell you, I think I officially became an old man this week. I resist trying to fall into the mode of amateur radio and doing all the things that amateur radio people do, the stuff that actually becomes a meme that we make fun of, and talking about the weather on the radio is one of those. I installed a weather station at the Gray Man POTA compound this week, and now I don't plan on talking about the weather over the air or anything like that, but I did install one, and it's at the house. And God, I found myself. I saw some rain down on the rain last night when I came out of the shack and went back over to the house. It had looked like it had rained at least. So I jumped on the weather station to see how much precipitation that we had, or at least if it was even registering. Uh, I didn't see anything, but I don't know what it takes. I've got to dig in a little bit deeper to see how much actual rain. But the whole reason that I got that and was I started messing around with how can I remotely manage my station. Um, so I can operate it. I've got a Flex. I'm going to actually probably get another radio here soon that I can run right over there over the wire. But by the very nature of me moving everything out of the house and into the building, I am remote now. Now, be it across my own network, but if incumbent weather comes in, inclement weather, not incumbent, inclement weather. Well, I'm speaking funny today. Must be that extra hour of sleep that I got. If inclement weather comes in, I don't necessarily want to get up, get dressed, go over to the building, and have to monkey with power or antenna disconnects or anything like that. That wasn't necessarily a big deal at the house, and I don't want to. Well, obviously because I travel too, I don't want to have to unhook and hook up the antenna or call my wife and say, "Hey, I want to get on the air tonight from the hotel. Can you go in there and plug things in?" I want to automate as much of this as possible, and one of those was, how do I shut the station down while there's bad weather out? And so this past summer, I did a couple things. I got the station controller thing that George from Pac 10 or I guess Sierra Radio Sierra Control Systems makes, and I'm going to talk to George. He agreed to it. I don't know if he remembers this. It's been a while ago, but I do want to get George on the Ham Radio Kids table to talk a little bit more about that, because he's utilizing, computers and technology and stuff like that to manage your station. So that's where I was wanting to go, was to get the station set up so I can do things like the antennas and stuff. I also want to automate it a little bit too. So if there's bad weather coming through, if I have lightning detection, then I can have the system trigger to automatically power down the radios. The Flex is is a computer, so it needs to, or it should, go through a proper shutdown process, so it doesn't have problems when it powers back up. So ideally, I would like to have a remote shutdown triggered, have that wait for a couple minutes for it to finalize, and then remove power from the station. So I've got that ability. I also want to have it when the power is removed. I've got some antenna disconnects from Paradan that will then open up and electrically break the connection to the antennas, and then take that anything from the antenna and automatically shunt it to ground. So I've got those kind of things. So it's all starting to come together. One of the things that I wanted to do was have the ability to actually trigger all this on local lightning. So it detects lightning in the area, it automatically starts this process. So that way I don't have to worry about it. That's probably the big one, especially here in the Midwest. We get a lot of lightning in the summertime, spring, summer, and sometimes fall. And some storms roll through. And so if that happens at 2 a.m, I don't want to have to deal with it. I just want it to happen. So that's kind of the process. That Tempest weather station came into this thought process because it interfaces with IFTTT, and it will trigger alerts to start this process. Now, Node-RED does have the ability to interface with a couple different networks that pull data, that I'm going to do two things. I can push my data up to it for lightning and stuff like that, weather conditions and everything. But I didn't necessarily have to put a weather station in to use that data, so I could have triggered off that. But I would prefer to have something that's actually in my backyard versus maybe somebody that's a county over. Um, Weather patterns change and everything, and I'm kind of in a straight line. We kind of see weather come in from kind of southwest to the northeast, and that the storms kind of roll that way pretty consistently. But I just wanted to have something, like I said, it was in my backyard to be able to control that and do it, but then also, have it trigger after, if it doesn't see lightning for 30 minutes or something like that, to go ahead and automatically power back up. Go ahead and power the station back up. Eric says he uses Wi-Fi power switches with Home Assistant. Yeah, and Eric, Home Assistant, something else I want to dig into. I've got the A word in the house, and those proved to be good, but you're sending your life up the wire to a data center somewhere. So having local control would be great, and so that is something that I'm interested in doing. The one thing, and I think the problem has been solved with Home Assistant, is I've got multiple areas. Like I've got one out in the living room. I've got one um, upstairs with the kids. I actually use, and I don't know if this is a feature, so let me know if you guys know this. Um, yeah, IFTTT is still around. um, is Can I use it to interlink? Like I use it as an intercom, so I can tell the kids to get their butts downstairs, or yell at them if they're up there fighting. I can do that through the thing and not even have to get out of the armchair. So that's always good. Um, hey, good morning, Elodie. And Chris Brecker. I can't even see the icon this morning. So a whole nother part of me getting old here. I need to get my glasses updated. HA can integrate with, I guess, Home Assistant. Well, I see HA. I think high availability. It's a day job thing. So I see HA can integrate with Alexa. You can control bamboo printers too. Oh, awesome. Um, and then once again, he said, John says that he doesn't think that Home Assistant is there yet for voice. I thought I saw somewhere where they had it now, where you could at least do multiple um, locations within the house, multiple devices. Um, IoT is nice until devices reach end of life and then they stop supporting them. Looking at you, Wemo. Well, that's fair. That's fair. I was when I was drinking coffee this morning. There was it Bose? I think there was a whole bunch of heartache this morning because Bose is shutting down some system, and people were upset about it because these devices are going to brick after a certain time. They have like Bose Soundscape, Sound something. I don't know what it is. Um, and this short, kind of read the complaint, and then there was a response from Bose, basically saying that this stuff was, from 2012, and that they needed to move on and start supporting things, also that were a little bit current. And I kind of understand that, but I'm also on the flip side, I agree. You buy a device and it's tied to a service in the cloud, and then that goes away. Um, I guess on one hand, to me that doesn't really bother me because I don't hang on to things, and just the nature of what I do in electronics, and I think I'm staying on that, not bleeding edge, but at least current with things. And that, um, after 2, 3 years, I probably haven't used it. I get it off the network and move on. Um, but there are probably some things. I mean, I think those like original Alexa pucks that I bought 8, 10 years ago are probably still usable. And I don't know if actually that's something I can use for the thing. Um, Chris says he's used Google for all of his assistant stuff and all Waze devices, which you can take from Waze and do local things with them if you choose. That's interesting. I was up at Micro Center. My friend and I were up there, and Micro Center was offloading some cameras, uh, outdoor pan tilt zoom cameras that God, they were like $10, and they were solar powered. Problem is though is that the way they're set up, you got to use like a Truly app or Truly or whatever thing is app driven, in their cloud and stuff like that. But I think they do have an SD card slot on them, but they were $10. I bought a couple of them. I'm like, if anything, I'll hack them. Let's see what we can do. But my friend Jason tried it, just seeing what he could find, alternate firmware, stuff like that. Nothing yet, but I can't believe that it would be that difficult. But one of the things I want to do is because I I do network stuff. I've got the ability to sniff the traffic coming out of that device, and we'll dive into it and figure out how to get into it. Um, there's got to be a way to pick up a stream out of it and interface with it. So it's not that big of a deal. So we'll play with it and go from there. John says he still uses Apple Airport for streaming music with small amplifier and speakers on his desk. Well, there we go. It's a way to use it. So I saw somebody in there. Digital Rancher. Good morning, Rob. If you guys did not see it, Friday night, Rob had Randy on, and they did a little project on the late shift where he built a satellite receiver and such using a Heltec ESP32 development board, which was kind of cool. CG SAT, I believe, is what it is. But if you are interested in cool things like that and you didn't see it, make sure you go check out Rob's channel and look for last Friday night's late shift. Sorry about that. So, having one of those moments this morning. The coffee's starting to wear off. Well, hey, let's get on the air. Let's see what we can do today. Let's have a little fun. I'm going to start bringing in some cameras here. I think we will. And we can share out. All righty. I did mention the kids table. There's a QR code up there in the corner. Go check it out. That's a stream that we do every Wednesday night, and trying to find a space for younger amateur radio operators, and it's not necessarily about age. It is about it's not geared towards kids, but a kids table. It's a kind of a play on words of how kids would get at the family get-togethers get pushed off to their own table because the adults didn't want to deal with them. And sometimes I feel like that is the case with amateur radio. You get a bunch of people in that are stuck in their ways and are afraid to experiment and are very vocal about how you should use amateur radio. And so the kids table is a group of us that kind of feel like it's your hobby and you should do it the way you want to do it, and learn and grow from it, and not apologize or be told how to do it. So we do get together every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess that's whatever that is now in Zulu, and we do that. So check that out and go from there. So let's get on the air. It looks like 40 meters has picked up a little bit since I first started. There was only a couple spots, but do want to hit 40 meters to try to get our friends that are a little bit closer. Let you guys watch the portable phallic symbol. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to move all these cameras around a little bit faster without having to do it by hand. Maybe figure out how to trigger when the tune button happens, that the cameras automatically do something different. So I was on 268. Man, that was quiet. There is somebody spotted there. 6 months ago was their last spot, but we'll find something else.
Capture people who come over there, check down, problem for me.
This is frequency in use. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot.
Yeah, I gotta get those swab buckets in the AM window, that's for sure. Can't go a day without that happening.
Well, we'll just switch over to AM and work them too then. is the frequency in use. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo 0, Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. Hello, CQ 40 meter AM phone.
Kilo 0, Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. Bill, good morning, 5-9.
I'm phone a Whiskey 95, Mike Charlie. Good to catch you. Thanks for picking me up, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great day today.
Charlie calling CQ.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Mike Charlie. Whiskey 4, Oscar Golf Whiskey. And W9 FMC calling CQ.
Whiskey 4, Oscar Golf Whiskey. George, good morning, 5-5.
AM phone, and we're standing by for a call.
I copied Park 3992, my friend. Thank you for the contact today. Have a great activation in 73. All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Echo Delta.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Echo Delta. Teddy, good morning. Not used to talking to you first thing in the morning. You're 5'9".
USL, you're also 5'9". Yeah, I gotta get some buckets in there. Gotta have that.
All right, thank you for the 5'9" this morning. Have a great day today in 73, my friend. All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Full band open. They gotta come up here in the AM window.
The Kilo Echo 8 station.
Another day of 40 meters. Kilo Echo 8 here.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Delta, Quebec. Ryan, good morning, 5'5".
40 meters. AM phone, a Whiskey 9 Fox, Mike Charlie. US 9415. Whiskey 9 Fox, Mike Charlie calling CQ.
I copied. Ryan, was it US 9145?
Jackson boss. CQ.
All right, my friend. Thank you for the contact today. Have a great day today in 73.
Mike Charlie.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Whiskey 9 Fox, Mike Charlie calling CQ, 40 meter AM phone, and we're standing by for a call.
CQ POTA, CQ POTA. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta. Yeah, I heard so much.
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta. Sean, good morning, 5'5".
Yeah, Tim, you're 5'7" over the AM guys here. Sounding good in Missouri.
All right, thank you for the 5'7", my friend. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
W9 FMC, good morning. 123 321. And here is Kevin.
CQ POTA, CQ POTA. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Little city of Reedsburg. Reedsburg, Wisconsin, where it looks like it's going to be a nicer day out, a little bit warmer. So we'll send it back to you. We'll see how the band's going. I was calling CQ, and it sounded like a POTA station decided to jump in right on top of me there. KD9 RDO W9 FMC.
Well, the good news is that right there, my friends, is a jackass. I don't know how to say it. Obviously he owns the frequency, so he can suck it. How about that? Still made some contacts. We'll just move along. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. And he can stay and cry in his pudding, his porridge. Oh. Once again, if I had a good producer, I would have been on top of that. All right. So let's just do. No, we don't want to hear that. Ooh. So back to that guy real quick. You know, he was pissing and moaning about being in the AM window. AM is an emissions type. Sideband is a different emissions type. Either one is allowed anywhere in any band in that segment. So that is defined as phone. It's voice communications phone. Anywhere that if you look at the band plan, they don't say this is AM. They don't say this is sideband. They say this is CW. CW is allowed anywhere in the band plan as an emissions type. Um, Phone is allowed in certain segments, whether it's AM or not. That whole AM window BS is just BS, and it's crabby asses like that who um, want to stroke their Wookiee. He wasn't using it, and then immediately got upset because a POTA activator was using his precious AM band window. And from the sounds of it, he wasn't even an AM, but maybe he was. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't. It's it's stuff like that. It's assholes like that that you know ruin it for everybody because they got to be the band police, or they got to ignore other people, and they sit there with their high powered stations at home. They're jerking off because you've got their ham radio whatevers and their happy campers, and the heck with everybody else will just talk over them, and that's fine. You know, I made my point. I made 5 contacts, whatever it was, in between his yammering. So there we go. Right. Life's too short to stick around and mess with it. But you guys, go out and have fun. Enjoy the bands. Don't let people like that push you away from utilizing some space. Whether or not some stupid AARL band plan gentleman's a jerk whatever agreement uh, says, that's just a suggestion. So that's all I'm going to say about that until I probably say something else about it. So, yeah, Rob, you're right. It is kind of stuff like that got me spun up to start that. You know, it's just get out there and go have fun. I mean, this new generation of amateurs. I mean, people say they want to keep the hobby alive, but then you get jerkwads like that want to control and dictate. The only thing that you need to do is just be a good person, be respectful, and follow the FCC guidelines. Right? They gave us a great framework of amateur radio. It's a hobby, but it's a learning. It's a laboratory, and don't be afraid to use it. And definitely, just because something's maybe been out of favor for 80 years doesn't mean that you can't try it now, and have fun. So let's get back on the road here. Let's see where some spots are at, so I don't. Woo! Look at that. The band is hot. Busy, I should say. I don't know. I don't know if it's hot. We'll see. Where am I at? 295. See if the bathtub brigade is on 14300. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
November 9 Whiskey Foxtrot, November 3 Mike Fox Lima.
November 3 Mike Fox Lima. Michael, good morning, 59 plus.
Good morning, sir. You are about a 5-1 here in Mike Alpha, QSL.
Copy the 5-1 into Massachusetts this morning. Have a great day today in 73, my friend.
7-3, sir.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo 0, Yankee Hotel Whiskey.
The Kilo Zero station.
Kilo 0 Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. It's Bill again.
Hey, Kilo Zero Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. Bill, good to get you on a new band, 5-7.
5-7. I was just commenting how I couldn't hear you, and you just popped out of the noise out of nowhere. You sound good down here. I got you 5-5, 5-5.
I copied the 5-5, my friend. You are you down in South Carolina today?
Of course.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Hey, have a great day today in 73.
73.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey Charlie 1, Whiskey Alpha Charlie.
Kilo Charlie 1, Whiskey Alpha Charlie. Jeff, good morning, 5-9.
5-3 in New Hampshire.
All right, thank you for New Hampshire this morning. Have a great day today in 73.
Whiskey 5, Hotel Foxtrot.
Whiskey 5, Hotel Fox. Daryl, good morning, 5-9.
Okay, 5-9, Tango X-Ray.
All right, thank you for Texas this morning. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Kilo Golf 5, Papa Foxtrot Delta.
Kilo Golf 5, Papa Fox Delta. Joshua, good morning, 5-9.
I got you 5-9 into Central Louisiana.
All right, thank you for Louisiana this morning. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Kilo Yankee 4, Golf Mike.
Kilo Yankee 4, Golf Mike. David, good morning, 5-5.
Roger, 5-9, South Carolina. Good luck.
All right, thank you for South Carolina this morning, David. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
November 5, Romeo Echo Whiskey.
November 5, Romeo Echo Whiskey. Richard, good morning, 5-9.
Roger, good morning. You're also 5-9 in North Texas. Thanks for picking me up, 7-3.
All right, thank you for Texas this morning. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Whiskey 4, Oscar, Romeo Hotel.
Whiskey 4, Oscar, Romeo Hotel. Ron, good morning, 5-9.
Hey, 5-9 in Central Florida.
I copied the 5-9 into Florida this morning. Thank you for the contact. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. Sounded good, David. So Kevin asked, what's the purpose of this? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QRT, QRT, QRT. There we go. So, David, did I read that right? Yeah. Oh, no, Kevin. I'm sorry, Kevin. What I'm doing is I'm an amateur radio operator, a ham radio operator, and I am doing a program called Parks on the Air. And I am set up in my vehicle at a, could be a state or a federal park. If you're outside of the United States, or like up in Canada, it's a provincial park. Or they're whatever they call the crown, the equivalent of a national park. And we go out and we make contacts with people. It's a program that started before COVID, and it was done through the ARRL. And it was called the National Parks on the Air program, and it was really designed to just get people outside and exercise their equipment remotely. And then that was a 1-year program, and it became Parks on the Air. A group of people, an outside group of people, picked it up and carried it on, and has now become pretty much a worldwide phenomenon to get people out and doing these things using amateur radio. And radio technology has shrank quite a bit over the years, and radio technology has shrunk over the years, and it allows people to get out and just do it more freely. In addition to, like, so I'm set up in my truck, right? But I'm also live streaming too. And I do this to show people through demonstration how easy it is, how fun it is. There's a couple different areas where people, and myself included, were mic shy, for example, like getting out and just doing what I'm doing. So showing people how easy it is to do it. If you go back earlier in the stream, I had some issues with a guy complaining that I was in his frequency space, whatever, but to deal with that, to deal with the interference, mental midgets were, throwing out digital hash and stuff like that. And that's okay. We work around it. So, I'm reading the chat. I'm going to have to actually go back and watch the live stream myself to catch the chat here. But, it's that, right? And those kind of things happen. So, just utilizing this to show people, what we get. So, my footprint was small today, but this is an idea of what it looks like now. Today, domestically, all my contacts were here in the United States. It's not uncommon to get Canadian stations in here, and go from there. That Phoenix, Arizona is actually not. It's over here in South Carolina, but all these dots represent people that were in my log for this evolution. But if we go back and look at, I don't really use my laptop very often unless I'm live streaming. So, and those are probably more quick. So here's the one where I had 65 contacts. So, looking at the map, it's a little bit more involved and here are all my contacts for that activation. So, it's fun. They track it all. If you go to POTA.app, the website, you can read up more about that. But that's why I do it. There are other people, if you're in an area called SOTA or Summits on the Air. So people like to backpack, hike, get out in the woods and do these. You can do that with POTA. you can do it with SOTA. You don't have to live stream it. I'm just like, once again, live streaming it so people can see that. So that is this program. And that's what we're doing here. I am running up against time. If you guys don't know, Big Jim and T.O. stream at 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, or no, Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, EST. And they're going to be kicking off here pretty soon. So we're going to get wrapped up. But Elodie says that there's even beaches on the air program. I tell you, there are so many opportunities now to get out on the air, whatever your favorite, beaches on the air, lighthouses on the air. People joke around about Buc-ee's on the air, Walmart on the air, porta potties on the air. It's all good time. And I want to kind of throw out, radio is, for some, it's an activity. For me, it's more of a, because of my electronics background, it's a different, oh my oh my soul to the company store. Who sings that? Who's the guy that sang that? I can't think of that song. There's a couple cats. Josh Turner, I think that's his name. Josh Turner, and he does a lot of original music, and also does videos. Look him up on YouTube. I think there's a couple. There's the major artist named Josh Turner. Also, it's not this guy. This is a younger guy who does a lot of stuff. And Tennessee Williams. I think that's the name. But yeah, check that out. He's got some good songs. But they did a good rendition of that. Ham radio, I think, is kind of, it's the geeky side of things and get out and do this stuff, but it also is the social side. And one of the kind of things that I saw with the local ham fests dying was that there's a lot of social aspect to amateur radio that doesn't happen on the radio. And I never really understood that when I was younger. And then I started going out and doing things. I started going to Dayton, to Hamvention, not as a spectator, but now as a YouTuber, and kind of seeing a different thing. I found a group of people that are involved with amateur radio from a different perspective, back to that social aspect. The other day, two things coming up. More Expo, which is an overlanding event. That's kind of how I kind of stumbled into this group of people with ham radio, was from the overlanding side of things. And I already got a notice for the More Expo out in Springfield, Missouri. And from there, there's a group of us that will meet, camp out for the weekend. And that was from this core group of guys: Digital Rancher, Ham Radio 2.0, Tank Radio, Kyle, AA0Z, Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics. From there, that branched out to some other people. And then we've got the guys local, like Dave here, Ham Radio. He'll gosh darn it, Dave, I'm sorry if I screwed up your channel, but you know what I'm talking about. Then we started going to Huntsville Ham Fest and camping out on the mountain, and a whole group of people, to the point where we basically take over the entire mountain of up there at the camp. And if you go look, I think there's probably no spots. I mean, my social circles have grown tremendously, and it's making now lifelong friendships with people that are all over the country, that all kind of revolved back to amateur radio, and programs like this have now expanded and brought more people into the fold. It's not your grandpa's ham radio anymore. You don't need to be geeky or anything like that. It's truly just having fun and going. I just checking out Eric. You're talking about hadn't seen family in 18 months, and I think I saw somewhere in there he said he's not able to do any POTAs or sodas anymore. And if you guys know Eric, I won't talk about Eric's situation, but he is living outside the United States, so different set of rules. He's still able to do amateur radio, but it's a different setup for him now. But at some point, as part of his career, that will move on, and we'll be able to you'll be able to get back out there. So I have not heard that story. Eric, I want to talk to you about getting you on the kids table to maybe talk about as an American operating outside the United States, since you've got some history with that there. So but well, let's go ahead and wrap it up and get out of here and hand it over to Ham Church. You guys have officially had Sunday school. I think hopefully I taught something, and we'll get going here. The guys at Tio and well, man, losing it here, getting old. But hey, everybody, have a great day today. And as John said, get to church, you sinners. And we will talk to everybody later. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Spend some time with the family, and get ready for next week. We will talk to everybody later. 73.